I'm ready.
Tell us your name and tell us about your project.
My name is Arthur Stanley Eddington, and our project is just a group of us trying to prove Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity.
So, what are you guys trying to do or find?
Essentially, what we're trying to do is, through the use of total solar eclipses, measure the deflection of the light by the sun or other stars that we know the location of. Because Einstein's theory of relativity measured the exact amount of deflection that we should be able to measure in the.
So, where did the project or experiment occur?
It occurred in two separate locations at roughly the exact same time. One was an island off the coast of West Africa in the Gulf of Guinea, and the other one was in Sobral, Brazil.
What other significant events were happening around the world at that time?
Uh, Good question. I mean, I guess you can consider the end of the war to end all wars to be a significant thing to happen around that time, but can't really think of anything. Nah, but in all seriousness, World War One ended around 6 months prior to the actual partaking of this experiment.
Who else was involved in the project?
Um, Andrew Cromlin and Frank Watson Dyson are the two main people that contributed to this project as well.
And what was your role in the project?
Essentially, my role was to head to the island off the coast of West Africa, record and develop some pictures on the island of the total solar eclipse so that we could attempt to measure the change in the position of the stars during and before the eclipse.
Now, what impact did your project have on the physics community as a whole?
Um, in the moment, it basically made Einstein a celebrity overnight, worldwide news headlines. Einstein, blah blah blah. But in the long term, it essentially led to the shift from classical Newtonian physics to more, you know, general relativity.
And how did this project affect your life?
Besides the, very famous, I now have an experiment named after me. In the moment, because of this experiment, it allowed me to avoid being conscripted to World War One because I tried to be a conscientious objector, but I was denied by the courts of Britain. But because of my role in physics and the concessions made by Dyson, I was given a 12-month exemption from the military in July of 1918, which was essentially five months before the end of the war. So because of that 12-month extension, because of this experiment, I was able to avoid going to the war. And because of that, I decided to focus more on the experiment and just decided to continue doing it even though the war had ended.